Bye. So once again, we're doing a recording that is off stream. Just because I don't feel like streaming right now, but as of the recording of this, I started uploading VODs again. So that's fun. I say fun in quotation marks. Uh, they have been a big hassle for the actual streamed ones, so I'm probably not gonna stream. I'm probably not going to stream these as much anymore, so I can focus on the other games. But we were going to try to get this done. Momodi is ready to tell you what she knows about the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. So, if you wanted to know more, then do you? Well, ain't that a surprise? I swear, if I painted certain death on one door and limitless wealth on another, 9 out of 10 adventurers grow through the first, and the other bloke wouldn't be able to choose on account of being Old Don. Anyway, I don't say I didn't warn you. First of all, if you're wondering whether you can trust these Scions of the Seventh Dawn, you can. They're good people who've made it their mission to solve some of Eorzea's most pressing problems. Of course, it ain't no small task, and so they're always looking for dependable individuals to join them. Individuals like you, Blue. Now, I've been given leave to tell you where to find the Scions, but you must promise to keep this information to yourself. As you could probably imagine, it's something Eorzea's enemies would very much like to know. The Scions are headquartered in Vesper Bay, but out in western Thancred. The place you're looking for is called the Waking Sands. Give name to whoever's at the entrance and you'll be let in. You're a woman in demand, Blue, and these days had promised to be busy, but I hope that you won't forget your old friend Momodi. Drop in and tell me how you're faring from time to time, you hear? Right, well, I've said my piece. Off you go. So I'm pretty sure that you may have noticed I switched to a two-handed, it says two-handed, but it doesn't actually use two hands. I've gone to a staff instead of a, cane. I've gone to a cane instead of a wand and shield. I also changed out the paladin sword. The sword I'm probably gonna hold on to as just my glamour dresser for a while, but like, but yeah, really, I switched some things out. I grew the level of my non-combat classes a little bit, so they're all above 19. And to be completely honest with you, we're at a good place right now. The only problem is that we don't have access to any glamour prisms besides the two that we have right here. So I'm really looking forward to getting at least some more. Although also my inventory is a lot more sparse. Yeah, it's a lot more sparse than before. I kept a lot of the already crafted items. But that's about it. Okay, so here we are in Vesper Bay. Vesper Bay is gonna be our base of operations for a while. And there's three ways to get the Vesper Bay really easily. Either A, you do what I did and just showed, is that you set your return position to horizon and walk through the tunnel over here, or you could eventually get tickets to automatically travel over here for no cost, or you can have your teleportation spot be in Limsa and use this ferry for 80 gil. It's really up to you which you want to do. Each one of them has its pros and cons, you know? I forget which, these are. Braving New Depths and Trauma Queen. I think I'm gonna wait to access those until later. Like, probably, in like the patch quests, because I believe that those did come out in the patches. I need to look them up though. Deep in the desert of my heart, a lonely flower blooms, yearning for the heavens above to quench my thirst for you. Huh? What? I'd like to thank you to not sneak up on me like that. Now, please be advised this is a private property. Unless you have some, pertinent business here, I must ask you to... Oh, you're here on the behest of Thancred. My sincerest apologies. May I please have your name? Blue Cashmere. Ah, there you are. I bid you welcome to the Waking Sands, headquarters of the Science of the Seventh Dawn. My name is Tataru, and I look forward to assisting you during your time with us. The antecedent is within the solar. I shall let her know to expect you. Man, I'm like yawning so hard right now. Yep. So, as you may have guessed, this is going to be our base of operations for a while, the Waking Sands. I can't remember if I can actually interact with the people in that room, or if I need to actually interact with this first. I'll just do this first and then that. I take it you are Blue Cashmere. Tataru sent word that you have just arrived. Lady Menphilia has eagerly awaited your coming. This way, if you please. See, 12 Vesper Bay tickets. I believe these were added in with the, in the patches so that we can travel here a lot faster. No, I think I'm good. I'll just take the money.
So you're the adventurer of whom I've heard so much. Well met, friend. My name is Menphilia, and I lead the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. I have awaited your coming. Please, be at ease. You are among friends here. No doubt you are ripe to burst with questions. But have patience. All will be revealed in time. First, let me begin by telling you who we are and what we do. We are the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, an order that transcends political boundaries. Our single objective is the preservation of the future of Eorzea. Among our gravest concerns are the godlike beings known as the Primals. Their existence is a bane upon Eorzea, nay, the world at large, and we have striven to find a lasting solution to the threat they pose. Our order is home to a number of individuals who, like you, possess a rare and special talent. This talent takes various forms, but one holds particular interest for us. Tell me, have you ever experienced a sudden, inexplicable loss of consciousness? Have you ever had the sensation of being pulled away from reality? Felt as though you were hovering in space, a mind without a body? All these things are the manifestations of your talent. Yours is the power to transcend the boundaries of the soul, a power known as the Echo. The Echo allows you to pass through the walls of a man's soul and hear the resonations of his past. You will be there in his memories and see things as he saw them. You may even interact with that which you see, though you cannot change the outcome of events. For another blessing, the Echo will enable you to know a man's mind even if you cannot comprehend his words. In short, the Echo is a truly extraordinary power, and this power is strong within you. It is only a shame that we cannot use it whensoever we choose. That's right. I too possess the Echo. With that established, let us return to the subject of the primals. So long as they exist, the realm cannot take so much as a single step towards true peace. Measures must be taken. Measures which transcend boundaries, be they of faction, race, language, or creed. And to do so, the Scions require the aid of those with our talent. Make no mistake, the Echo will be instrumental in dealing with the primal threat. Without it, we cannot hope to save the realm. I know not what it is you desire for yourself, nor what it was that first brought you to Eorzea. But I firmly believe that the power we possess was given to us for a purpose. Why else would the gods entrust man with a gift so extraordinary, if not to have him use it? And so I implore you, lend us your power.
So I believe that this is one of the first cutscenes which has an actual difference depending on if you have a character from 1.0 or not. If I remember correctly, the way that it's worded in this is that she doesn't need to explain all of this again. She just basically welcomes you back. Because, again, she has the Echo, so she knows it's us. It's actually a pretty the amount of cutscenes that are changed depending on if you are a 1.0 character and you are one of the last remaining Warriors of Light from the Battle of Cartano. Oh, speaking of which, the very first episode that shows that battle, apparently it had a copyright strike on it, and I did not know until I was given an email saying that it has now been lifted. I'm like, thanks? I guess? Oh, whoops. I completely forgot to read that. Naturally, your aid will not go unrewarded. We are fortunate to have a number of influential allies, and a word from me, they will gladly afford you certain privileges that might otherwise be denied to you. The right to employ retainers, for example. Are you familiar with them? They are individuals who may be relied upon to manage your assets and belongings on your behalf. The papers you requested, my lady. Thank you, Tataru. Pleasure is mine, my lady. By way of a welcoming gift, I have taken the liberty of adding your name to the Retainers Registry. As of now, you are entitled to employ the services of a retainer. You will need to consult a retainer vocate regarding the particulars of this arrangement, but believe me when I say that retainers will prove invaluable to you in your adventuring endeavors. Let this gesture serve as evidence of our commitment to do all in our power to facilitate your personal objectives. In return, we ask that you aid us to the fullest extent of your talents. A mutually beneficial relationship, I'm sure you will agree, and one which serves the greater good besides. Well, that was a veritable lecture, was it not? Forgive me, but this is important that all concerned are aware of what is expected of them. Now, you know our purpose and what we can offer you. I invite you to consider joining us. When you have come to a decision, you may tell me without fear of censure. In good faith, I shall entrust you with our order's password, which our members use to reach one another when a field. It's Wild Rose. Pray keep it safe. I believe the Wild Rose password is actually a reference to an earlier Final Fantasy game. I want to say it's 2, but I'm not sure. Yeah, retainers. We might as well talk to a few characters here. Summoning a primal is no small feat. It requires a tremendous concentration of ether, which is why the beast tribes go to such lengths to obtain crystals. Once they manifest in physical form, their unquenchable thirst for ether only grows stronger. They would drink the land dry, nary a thought to the consequences. Considering their fearsome strength, it would be well within their ability to do so. It is for this reason we must do our utmost to oppose them. Our organization, the Science of the Seventh Dawn, was formed through the union of 2 separate entities. The first was comprised of Charlian natives, such as myself, and was called the Circle of Knowing. The second was made up of individuals that share your rare gift, known as the Path of the 12. The terrible events that ushered in the 7th Umbral Era taught us that only together may we stand against the evil that seeks to consume us. So Ishtola, that is how it's pronounced, was the person that would help us out if we started in Limsa Lamensa. And then you have Ida and Papalimo, which they would have aided us if we started out in Gridania. This place is called the Waking Sands. It's our headquarters. It used to be somewhere else, you know, but then a bunch of things happened and we ended up here instead. While the others are possessed of the Echo, none are as strong as you with the power, hence our extremely high expectations of you. Oh, okay. 7th waning moon sees 7th suns rise. Divine order rules, fallen corpses writhe. Thus the Divine Chronicles seek to warn us once more. The meaning of these words now shine clear. They invoke the dire circumstance which imperiled age. The realm doth shudder and twist, and the realm lieth cowering near the stifling blanket of night, and we abide. We await the coming of the unborn era's seed, the light which shall pierce the glowing darkness. So this is Urianger. He talks like that. What's really funny is that, like, because I'm a person that grew up in a family of thespians, I never really had a problem reading his dialogue. And I'm just like, nah, I completely understand this guy. He speaks like he speaks like someone I would have met in drama. We Scions have but one objective, to safeguard the future of Eorzea. Among our gravest concerns are the godlike beings known as the Primals. Long have we striven to find a lasting solution to the threat they pose. I know not what you desire for yourself, nor what it was that first brought you to Eorzea, but I firmly believe that the power we possess was given to us for a purpose. Pray consider that when you give me your answer, Blue. I go whither the wild rose blooms. Oh, thanks for a glamour dispeller, I guess. Minfilia is waiting to hear whether or not you will pledge your support to the Silence of the Seventh Dawn.
I take it you will help us. Wonderful! I knew you wouldn't let us down. But come, I would introduce you to your friends in the Order. Tell me, does the name Sharlayan ring any bells? It used to be one of Eorzea's 6 city-states, and was situated in the northwest of Aldenard. The Sharlayans were the keepers of wisdom both old and new. Their mastery over magic and ether was unsurpassed, and even the Garleans knew to fear them. Among their number, there were a noble few who devoted their lives to safeguarding the future of Eorzea. When the realm began its descent into chaos, and their countrymen fled for the motherland, they alone chose to remain here. These noble men and women were called the Archons. Those same brave souls stand before you now. The masked woman is Ida, and beside her is Popolimo. The two are charged with surveying the Twelveswood.
Hello there.
Welcome.
Okay, my turn to introduce someone. That there is Thancred.
He is our man here in Ul'dah, Jewel of the Desert.
Welcome to the team. I never doubted that you'd come. If I may, the lovely maiden beside me is named Y'shtola. Limsa Lominsa has the pleasure of being under her care.
Greetings. Last but not least is Urianger, who presides over all affairs within these halls. Pray seek him out whenever you have questions.
Dawn may banish even the darkest night. The words of a dear friend. I am glad of our meeting.
At the Battle of Carteneau, our leader was taken from us. But we did not stray from our purpose. We sought out Minfilia and others with her talent, and together established the Scions of the Seventh Dawn.
Along with the Archons, those blessed with the Echo play a pivotal role in our endeavor to forge a brighter tomorrow for the realm. Oh, I should also introduce you to Tataru, our clerk. She ensures that everything runs smoothly.
Pleased to make your acquaintance.
In time, I hope you will come to think of us as family. But without further ado, I would assign you your first task. Urianger, have the documents arrived from the students of Baldessian?
Aye, my lady. They arrived but recently.
We have received a request for aid from the Immortal Flames. Thancred, would you do the honors?
It would be my pleasure. Some days ago, a crystal caravan registered to Amagina and Sons mineral concern was waylaid and divested of its cargo. But there is more. Within a bell of the robbery, several people were reported missing from the shantytown outside the city.
At a glance, one would assume the involvement of bandits, kidnappers, and coincidence. Such crimes are hardly uncommon, and the Immortal Flames deal with their like almost every day. However, this time we have reason to believe that a Primal is involved.
Aye, the evidence left behind implicates the Emulja, who are known worshippers of Ifrit. If we then consider the objects that were taken, there is no room left for doubt. The crimes were committed in the name of a Primal.
That you may better understand the nature of our struggle with the Primals, I would have you play the leading role in this investigation. You have my thanks. If there is aught you wish to know, I recommend you speak with Thancred. He is well versed in the affairs of Ulda.
Ever at your service, fair lady.
I like how I went through the trouble of explaining every character when I could have literally just waited one cutscene. But they do all kind of leave right afterwards, so it was actually useful to kind of talk to everyone. Okay, Thancred. Ready to begin, are we? That's the spirit. So then, your mission is to investigate a crystal robbery in the spate of abductions. Crimes which we believe to be connected. Assuming we are correct, it's like that any discoveries that we make in relation to one will further our understanding with the other. Now, since the attack on the caravan, our friends at the Amajina and Sons Mineral Concern have doubled security over their shipments. In light of this, it's my judgment that the abductions should be our priority. According to our preliminary findings, the majority of the missing were last seen in the vicinity of Camp Drybone, so that would seem to be a fine place to begin. A fellow by the name of Idsambod serves as the camp's de facto leader. Pay him a visit and see that he gives us his full cooperation. Through this first mission, you will come to understand the nature of our struggle with the primals. The realm may appear to be on its way to recovery, but reality plants a far bleaker picture. Truth is out there, Blue, and I would have you discover it for yourself. Yep. Okay, so I mentioned what I wanted to, that I was going to wait to do some class stuff until a certain point. It is now that point. I'm gonna go grab, as I said before, I'm going to grab Lancer and Archer. Should I also grab Pugilist? I think I should actually also grab Pugilist. Nah, I'll just grab Lancer. Pugilist and Archer? Like, I was actually, like, thinking about this, like, wait a second. It's like, did I actually want to do that? I quick grab Pugilist right now, get it up to level 15, and then show the, and show Pugilist and Archer in the next video. But I think what I want to do is I want to actually get to the end of this quest line right now, so I can kind of show it off, and then go and grab them. As they said, we can actually get a retainer now, meaning that we have a place to throw all of this junk into, which is very handy. Gonna just say that right now. Do you have the same text? Yes. Brent. Well, if it ain't the last from the carriage, fancy me you here of all places. Me, well, I'm here to deliver a shipment. Now, where shall I tell them to put it? Unoteyun? Why don't any of these blokes know who I am? I swear I was one of them, I swear I was one of them Scions of the Seventh Dawn. Only we didn't have such a fancy name back then, and the headquarters were in a far more convenient location. At least I think it was. Must be mind playing tricks on me. God, what's wrong with me? I can't remember anything more clearly. So, I can't remember if she actually is from 1.0. I could look it up really quickly. The answer is inconclusive. Okay. Uriancha is here. Edom Papalima right there. And hello. So this boy is Guardian blood in him. Can't say I'm surprised. Everyone knows what happens when a city is sacked. Even if the bars choose to omit that part. But Ehrenwald shouldn't be pitied. Boys like him have a clean slate, an opportunity to write their own story, free of the ties that bind the common man. They say that those of us who have seen the dream are chosen, that we have within us the seed of greatness, that we could be heroes. Even me, an Alamegan half-breed, cast out when his mother could no longer stand the sight of him, a half-breed who once took to banditry just to eat. I am sure I'm just brimming with heroic potential. Robberies and disappearances. The Amalja are most likely culprit, wouldn't you agree? And then again, this is Thanelin. One cannot discount the possibility that moneyed interests are involved. Yeah. So it's actually kind of neat that every single time that you leave for a mission and then come back after completing that mission, this area will have changed and like the people will have moved around with new pieces of dialogue. I kind of like it. It's a really neat addition to this area that makes it feel alive. That feels like almost every time you look into there, there's always something else going on. But I actually really like talking to them because you would be surprised which characters, like, from the, like, tangential parts of the Scions eventually come back and do other things. Like, I'm always surprised when someone goes like, oh, who's this person? Is like, well, they were this. It's like, oh, hey. Also, I only just now realized that, like, I like my design, and I love the name, but I unfortunately had a Keeper of the Sun naming scheme on a Keeper of the Moon, Mikote. That's fine, though. Not many people really would notice or care about that kind of thing. Except for me, I care about that kind of thing. But yeah, since we need to actually, like, go through Ul'dah to get to where we're going, we'll just teleport there, and we might as well just unlock the retainers now, you know? Okay, I just wanted to let you guys know that I decided that I was going to cut out the, me doing some of the, getting some of the other classes around this time. So I'm going to package all of those into its own video, so I can have all of those set aside, so I can have the story beat that's right here, just by itself, to make that a little bit less of of me jumping around a lot. Greetings, I take it that you have come here to seek about a retainer. According to our records, you may hire up to 2 retainers. Currently you have none. Hire retainer? Yes. Excellent. We have a few men and women on our list, so I invite you to describe the retainer you desire down to the minute detail. AKA, please, character creator another one. I can think of several retainers that are exactly as you described. Oddly though, they have strikingly different personalities. Serious? Very well. I have just the individual in mind. When summoned, this retainer will greet you just so. When dismissed, the retainer will bid you farewell just so. Excellent. It is also customary to give a retainer an appellation of one's own making, a nickname as it were. We find this deepens the bond between our clients and retainers. One moment, please, while I draft up the documentation. The nickname you have chosen is not available. Okay. Let's just go with that. There we go. Ginua is now in your employ. You can now summon your new retainer using the nearby bell. If you have any further questions or requests, do not hesitate to ask. Okay, so we now have a retainer. And the way that retainers work is you go to the summoning bell, and you summon them. Once a retainer is summoned, you can entrust them with gil or items, as well as have them put entrusted items up for sale in the markets. Additionally, you could also send them afield on ventures. To entrust an item to or retrieve an item for the retainer, just simply drag from one inventory to the other, or go to the gil transfer for the same. To entrust stackable items that are identical to those you already possess, select Entrust Duplicate button. Is summoned? Okay. So, entrust items. We're gonna just throw all of these items into here for now. And, retainers have 5 slots each that they can go into. Sort. Everything is now sorted. We now have a lot of space in our inventory. I'm not going to throw all of my dyes in there right now because that's for later. But, as she said, we have the ability to send them out to do stuff. But we don't have that actual ability just yet. Till next time. Okay, so there should now be a new quest somewhere here. I believe it's in the other side. I know it's in Ul'dah because it's because this is the first area you would go to since we're in Ul'dah when we get the retainers. But is that one it? An ill-conceived venture. There we go. We need to be level 17 for that. Yeah, sure. Let's do Summoner, I guess. In case you're wondering, I'm gonna do like a whole video of just the storylines with the with all the classes as one video. So probably what would have happened is that right after we left the Scions, you're gonna basically see here me going to the retainer and doing some stuff. But yeah. Soul adventurers are having difficulty summoning the retainers. Should you wish to offer assistance? The rewards will be the same regardless of whom you help, so do not hesitate to aid the adventurer of your choice. Is this damn thing working? Oh, hello there. Say, you look like an old hand when it comes to this adventuring business. Mind helping me with this situation? I sent my retainer to Drybone the other day on a venture, hunting to be precise. Simple enough work, right? Except now she's missing. Much as I'd like to head out and look for her, though, I know full well that I'll be feeding buzzards before long. So if you're willing, I'll be much obliged if you go to Eastern Thalen in my stead. Yeah, sure. Oh right, we need to come here anyway for the storyline. Okay, we made it. That's 26, okay. There we go. You madam, you're a saint. I thought I was done for. What's that look for? I take it you've never seen a retainer on a hunting venture before. It's a regular part of my duty these days. Though I admit I'm not very good at it. Is that how I think it is? Well, yes, she arrived in the... I'll return at once. I'm afraid I don't have time to stay and chat. Duty calls, but thank you again for saving my life. I wish I could reward you somehow, but... Oh, I know. Go tell, Chachabi, my superior, how you helped me. You can find her at the Sapphire Avenue Exchange in Ul'dah. Be sure to pay a visit. Okay, cool. Also, I'm gonna just attune to this, to Camp Drybone over here, so when we actually get back to the story in a bit, I could just fast travel back over here instead of, using up... I was about to say using up 100, but that's just because we're in the area. But, you know. What was your quest again? Oh, right, it's that. No, we are not doing that right now. We're not even at the appropriate level to even do the dungeon that's associated with. You know what's important, and it's gonna unlock a dungeon or a trial or something like that if it has like an image inside that thing. Greetings, miss. Is there aught you require? I know exactly whom you speak. This is not the first incident. Mayhap she lacks the fortitude to undertake ventures. Oh dear. I know that look. No one has informed you of her latest services, have they? In cooperation with the Adventurers Guild, we've established a new system through which retainers may be dispatched to procure items for their employers. Should I wish to avail yourself in this additional service, you will need to pay your retainers in advance for ventures, which are scripts issued by the Adventurers Guild. I gather you have none in your possession, so allow me to give you a token sum. Your retainers have received basic instruction in a variety of disciplines, but they want for experience. If you would like them to undertake anything more than the most menial tasks, you'll need to furnish them with quality equipment and give them opportunities to hone their skills. So long as you bear that in mind, I should think that you will not be disappointed. And there we go. Now we have this. You can now set them out on ventures, but you have to assign them a class. What this entails is that you go to the character, you assign the retainer a class. Your retainer cannot undertake ventures until you assign his or her class. This may be any one class, with the exception of those of the Disciples of the Hand. Your retainer's class determines which ventures he or she can embark on. Be advised that you cannot assign your retainer a class you have not yet unlocked. So, what we're going to do, and again, it's only the A Realm Reborn stuff. What we're going to do is we're going to assign Ginro here, Fisher. It will become a Fisher. Are you certain you wish to proceed? Yes. Ginro has become a Fisher. You can now equip a main arm to your retainer. And so now all we have to do is go to Carpenter and craft the rudimentary, where is it? Level... Amateur's fishing rod? No. We need something at, like, a lot lower level than that. Can't seem to find it, though. It's weird. Oh, there it is. Maple fishing rod. At level 8. Huh. Oh, wait, I know what to do. That's Battlecraft Armorer. We need to go find the... We need to go to the Independent Arms Merchant. Oh, wait, no. Is it Fieldcraft Merchant? There we go. Disciple of the Land Tools at level 1. And we will find the weathered fishing rod that we got at the beginning of our fishing quest line. So with this in here, also we need to sell that. we can go over here. Didn't need to walk all the way over here, but oh well. And give... And in Ginro's stuff, we're going to want to equip the fishing rod. Assign a venture in the menu. Okay. So, assign venture. Hunting, mining, botany, and fishing constitute one type, which you specify an item your retainer to procure. Exploration ventures constitute the second type, in which your retainer will scour the terrain of your choosing for hopefully precious items. However, your retainer will not undertake a venture without first receiving due compensation. Your venture requires a payment in a unique currency of the same name, ventures. Ventures can be acquired through a variety of methods, such as exchanging company seals, fulfilling leave quests, and completing tribal quests. As you may recall, the ventures your retainer can undertake are determined by his or her class. As a fisher, your retainer will be able to undertake fishing and waterside exploration ventures. So if we were to just say fishing, we would go, hey, can you get this one thing? And in an hour, he'll come back. But what we actually want to do is waterside exploration, because this, even though it's an incredibly long duration of 18 hours, is going to net him the most amount of experience, but will also cost 2 ventures each time. Okay. Timers from the menu. Use your cancel, do that. Until next we meet. So now in our timers, we can now see... next leave allowance. Ventures. Okay. Ginro will be back in 17 hours and 59 minutes. Okay. Affirm the time... Yeah, we could just click on it to... This little page icon right here, if we click on it, will show us the things that it's actually, like, meaning. Now, it's not that he's gone forever. Like, we could still do this, and we could even, like, still ask him to be like, hey, we need you to sell some things. What we're gonna want to do is we're gonna want to sell... do I want to sell these right now? I think what I want to do is actually want to sell the piety stuff. Okay. So, right now, there's someone selling 1 each for this amount and this amount and this amount. What I've usually been doing is I've tried to basically put myself in second place. Not... So... There's like, okay, that's the first one, but then there's one right under that. I never want to be the person who is the front runner. I want to be the person just behind them. Okay. And if someone sells it, we'll have like a big pop-up on the screen going, hey, this sold. So there's that. Okay. So now that I have successfully done that, I can now go on to, like, leveling some stuff up. I'm actually aiming right now to level Miner and Botanist up to level 30 so I can get enough crystals so I can make more glamour prisms. But that's what I'm doing right now. But next time you see me will be when I teleport over to Drybone so we can continue the storyline. Okay, so now that we're back over here, Summoning Bell, they have completed a venture. It is done. Complete report. We get 6 Allagan bronze pieces, basically totaling out to 600 gil and several ice shards. Pretty neat. Okay. Signed a venture. They will now get experience. They are now level 6. Which means now we can shift all of their stuff to being level 6. Again, we would have to, like, make a bunch of stuff just for them to, kind of fill out their character sheet. Which I'm going to do at some point, but right now I'm just not worried about it. Sign a venture. Can now go up to level 5. And now we have to wait another set of 18 hours. There we go. Okay. Now that's done. Again, we have to be mindful of our amount of ventures. We have like 6 right now, because they ended up picking up 2 from Leave Quest, which are honestly like one of the better ways to do it is to just accidentally get them through doing leaves. Since I was leveling up Miner that way. Probably do Botanist the same way to get them both to level 30, but one of the really fascinating things about this whole thing is that is an aspect that solely exists to have a market board, which the market board itself is so much better than the format they used to have. What kind of armor set is this? One second. Skaven. Yeah, the this whole thing with like retainers was how you did like all of your shopping before, and now that they shifted over to the market board, doing ventures and all that kind of thing is so much better than 1.0's hallway of random people standing around and you have to go talk to them individually to see what they have. It's so much better. But either way, I guess the next thing that you'll see is me going back to Camp Drybone, I guess? Since that's the next thing on the, since that's kind of the next thing on the plate. Me, however, I still need to do several more classes, so when I get over there, I'll have done up to level 15 of every single, like, starting class. Just so we can get that ball rolling. Okay, I'll just start it now. I was going to wait until I got, Archer and Lancer done, but I actually kind of want to just start working on this. Working on this clip. So, I was planning on doing something lore-related as well with Final Fantasy XIV. I might put both of them into the same playlist, or I just might make another one that is dedicated to just the lore videos. And I was gonna break down some stuff. The first one is more than likely going to be based off of the off of some like trailer stuff, but I do want to do one for each of the primal fights that we're going to be doing. So here we are in Camp Drybone. We've got, oh my gosh, I forgot how much stuff is currently sitting in my pocket. I'm Isambard, here to search for missing folk, I take it. Minfilia sent word that an adventure fitting your description would be along. She also warned us to beware of the Amalja. It seems we know who the culprits are, at the very least. Now, I bear no official title at this camp, but the people here have come to look to me for leadership. You have my word that I'll do all I can to see the victims safely returned. Oh, thanks for the glamour dispeller. Nice. Isambard of Camp Drybone is seeking help to solve a mystery of missing persons. Well, let's get right to it then. Minfilia names the Amalja culprits in all of this. You would do well to investigate them first. Such harm has been leveled against these lands by Amalja hands. The flames burn where they might, but their light cannot stay the darkness in all places at all times. There have been brutal murders of colors at the Church of Saint Adama Landama. innocents wishing no more than to pay their respects to the dead. The poor souls deserve a proper burial. I would see to the dead before mongrels catch their scent, but I know not if the Amalja still linger. Would you secure the remains for me, friend? You'll find them on the eastern road. 12 willing, you'll even come to learn something of what the Amalja seek in this area. Yeah. Here it is. So, this is a new technique that we learned, which is reprisal. It's, unlike one of the abilities that reduces the amount of damage we take, reprisal reduces the damage dealt by the targets. So, I believe they also stack, because it means that it's not doing as much damage to your party as well. Okay. Right corpse. Also, a little bit of interesting logic is, instead of having just a weird picture of a dead person in your inventory, they replace it with these flowers that are clearly, like, supposed to be a type of mourning flower. This poor soul appears to have been ravaged by an Amalja before sitting to rot for several turns of the sun. It's good to see you have returned. Were you able to secure the remains of our fallen? With these bodies back proper to the earth, the souls will find their way across to the other side. You've done a noble deed this day. I thank you. Now then, what of the Amalja? Did you see any? Surely such a massive monstrosities as they could not conceal their presence, much less take their quarry unawares. So there were Amalja remaining after all. I feared as much. Their part in the lowborn disappearing is all but confirmed. But I sense there's more to this than meets the eye. The occasional Amalja raiding party would not account for people going missing. In these kinds of numbers, the total is too great, and the questions too many. It would not surprise me in the least to learn of another hand in this. But whose? Countless travelers pass through Drybone every day. And even if there was one among them, how would we best discover who may be implicit in the vanishings? Okay. Isambard aims to turn his investigation to the common folk. Let's say we turn an eye to the common folk themselves. It may be among them that we find the reasons for these vanishings. 12 forbid it be so. There is a merchant by the name of Ungust who was born here in Drybone and grew up in the Golden Bazaar. A rough character, but he knows the people here better than anyone else. I'd wager that he's at the inn, quaffling away at the day's earnings. Here, I'll write you a note to show you to him, since he's not like to speak to you. No, no. Well, gods be damned, you're the bloody adventurer who threatened me back in Ul'dah. What the seven hells do you want from me now? A few words scrawled in code by Isambard. Dear friend, missing people, please help. Yours, Isambard. Folk around here have been where as they come. They'll all turn tail and run if you so as much pass wind nearby. Played them all for fools and coaxed some hard labor out of them, I did. If anything, they're even more timid than before. But with all the disappearances, you could go talk to them yourself if you don't believe me. Speak with 3 common folk. Funny story about this. Let me just get the first 2 and then we'll get the 3rd. Please, miss. Please just let me be. I've nothing to say but this. I'll take who or whatever's been feeding off us low folk. What do you want from me? I don't know anything, I swear. Please don't kill me. Huh. Just like I told you, wasn't it? A whole lot of them are just terrified. There have been talk of folks getting abducted, but if you ask me, they simply up and moved on to a better place. This place is exactly Costa del Sol, if you know what I'm saying. Okay. So that was basically useless. Welcome back, Blue. Have you learned aught of import? I see. Suppose I should have expected as much from Ungust. Well, another thought occurred to me in your absence. The common folk are nothing if not fervent for their religious beliefs. Maybe, if they speak freely to their gods, then to clergy may something else of use. Yeah, I'll just go with money. Isambard would like you to learn from what you can from the clergy. If we would know what the common folk speak of to their gods, then no better place than the Church of Saint Adama Landama. It was a small, humble church found in the northwest of here. So long as you are headed there, might I ask you to deliver this embalmed corpse? A morbid request, I grant you, but it must be borne to burial. I trust none other than you to see it done. Seek out a man named Marquess. He tends the graves in the lich yard. He will tell you where the body is to be interred. I think it's supposed to be Marquess, but Marquise? Yeah, because Marquise is a title, and it's not spelled like that, so it might be Marquess. Marquess. Almost like there's a space in his name. Hello, you must be Marquess. I am Marquess, yes. A body? Of course, there have been so many bodies of late. I apologize, miss. If you seek a place of burial, then there's an empty grave atop the ridge. Take the path and lay him to rest there. There you go. I guess we're just gonna lay him right there. Weird. Oh, we then have to bury him. There we go. Now he's rocks. May they all walk in Thal's realm. What? Missing people? I'm afraid I can't help you. But maybe Sister Osern can. She's been kind to me. Everyone has been so kind. I don't know why, though. Pardon me. You will find Sister Osern within the church walls. Okay. Oh, there you are. I hear you have done us a great service in burying a fallen soul. Please accept our gratitude and extend it to Isambard when next you see him. Seek knowledge of missing Drybone inhabitants. It's true I am closer to the people than any other in the Order. I confide in them and they in me when they wish to speak with their keeper, Thal. I am the medium in which they do. Should I learn anything pertinent, I will be sure to share information with you. I only wish Marquess would be more helpful in the matter. I pray he did nothing to offend. He saw terrible things during the calamity. His scars run deep. Indeed, it seems he now prefers the company of the dead over the living. While tragic, I feel such behavior ill befits the church. I received word not long ago that one of our recent visitors, a man named Thancred, I believe, took offense to his conduct. I must have words with Marquess soon. Maybe I should talk to to Thancred about that. Thank you, Blue. A burial is no easy thing. Even when the departed is a stranger, were you able to learn aught of the missing common folk? You've been keeping yourself rather busy of late, haven't you, Blue? There he is. He's really jittery, but oh well. Pleasure, my dear Isambard. My name is Thancred. I share a passion with you and our mutual friend here for learning what it has become of these missing persons and why. I too spoke with Ungust more times than I care to count. There seems to be some truth in the notion that the common folks speaking their secrets only to those in service of the gods. Prostration, prayer, penance, abject deeds done behind closed doors, away from prying eyes. Who better that takes the pious unawares than she who takes confession? The good Sister O'Cern herself. Cern? She couldn't. Even the most beautiful roses have thorns, my friend. And you would be wise to keep an eye on this rose. Still, the Leech Keeper Marquess. I swear to the 12 I've seen his face somewhere before. I have a better one of that. I could basically get that, but I could also just make it myself. So we'll just go with more coins. Are you still here, Thancred? Where'd you go? I was going to ask you something, but I guess not. Isambard is concerned about the questions surrounding Sister O'Cern's integrity. It can't be. Though she is wont to travel to the Golden Bazaar on her own, it is not uncommon to see her speaking to the children, but no, she couldn't. Could it? I grow weary of these suspicions. I know there is one child in particular she is fond of. Pray seek out the boy, Blue, and see if you cannot glean something from him about O'Cern's activities. Okay. Golden Bazaar it is. And then I fell asleep for like 20 minutes and then I woke up to record more. Man, this heat is not going well for me. Like, at all. Okay. Uncombed urchin. Please help. Sister O'Cern went out all on her own and hasn't come back yet. She always reads to me right here about following the order and the other side. I told her I lost my shiny thing and she went looking for it, but what if the monsters outside hurt her? Please find her. Well, looks like we have to rush. Oh, you're the one from the church. Thank goodness you arrived when you did. Seems my gratitude is yours yet again. You spoke with the child. Yes, well, I was unable to find his lost trinket. I was able to find his lost trinket. It's a ring given to him by his mother before she passed. I'll see it safely back to him. Sister O'Cern was attacked outside the Golden Bazaar. Gods forfend. I will secure a room at the inn should she require any rest. Searching for the mementos of orphans, and risking her own well-being in the doing, no less. Certainly not the dastardly deeds Thancred would have us believe. Yeah. Isambard seems to have a message for you from Thancred. I am well glad I reserved a room for Sister O'Cern. It seems that she received greater injuries from her attacker than she initially let on. Thankfully, she is expected to make a full recovery. But now onto the matter at hand. Thancred came looking for you once more. He left word that he will be waiting at the Emulsion encampment to the southeast I pray the two of you will be able to uncover some evidence regarding these disappearances. Oh, there he was. He was hiding behind this tree. Also, I'm not sure if you noticed it in the cutscene where he showed up. Instead of using a gladiator's weapon, he is now actually using the dagger, which is relatively interesting. Ah, there you are, Blue. So good of you to come. Indeed, I've heard all about good Sister O'Cern. Isambard said her wounds were serious. It seems my suspicions of the poor Rose were misplaced. But false though they were, perhaps my suspicions were not entirely without merit. Whilst following Sister O'Cern near the Golden Bazaar, a band of Amalja caught my eye. I tracked them as far as this encampment, but... well, let's just say I would have much preferred to keep my distance and remained here. This, of course, brings me to why I requested you, dear Blue. Would you be so kind as to look inside? Sure. Deliberately switch to a DPS job so he doesn't have to face tank everything. Okay. We've traveled a little bit in, and we have found the queer leaflet. Well, did anything tickle your fancy? Strange slip of parchment found at the Amalja encampment in eastern Thanelin. This leaflet. See the wreath of Null to your to the hands of your children. Looks to be some sort of assembly to provide the poor with work. The lettering, though atrocious, is it not? And these bits about Null Thal seem somewhat less than studied. Find it hard to believe one among the Order penned this. Pray take this to the end at Camp Drybone. Let's see if Sister O'Cern makes of it. Okay, so she should be in one of these rooms. Oh, there she is. My savior comes again. Let's honor this day. Wait, one second. Now, let's see what Sister O'Cern makes of this leaflet. What is this? Blasphemous! These are not our teachings at all. This is not made by any true brother or sister of the Order. Of that, I can assure you. Come to think of it, weeks ago the church was plagued by missing garments. Could someone be posing as a priest of the Order to deceive people? This plot thickens, Blue. Our culprit tends to be a priest to lend credence to his deception. There's no doubt an irony to this somewhere. But I suspect that we have a worthy adversary on our hands. I should consider how best to handle this. For now, tell Isambard that of what we have learned here. Posing as a priest? Think. These troubling notions aside, it's gratifying to finally be able to move this investigation forward. Thank you once again, Blue. I shall keep my ears and eyes open, now more than ever. Isambard wants to help you identify and apprehend the false priest. I'm afraid that I have not seen any unusual activity, nor have any at this camp, given me cause to doubt them. Nor have any at this camp given me cause to doubt them. But unless we could identify the culprit, and soon more innocents will fall victim. Do not despair just yet, my friend. An idea occurs to me. Our suspect has been posing as a priest, using leaflets bearing false promises to lure the poor. Let Blue and me serve like as posing as impoverished souls in need of succor. I dare say that this will yield us the answers we seek, and will be a dangerous undertaking, but you two are more capable of looking after yourselves. I'm next to useless in battle, but I can supply the garments for the disguise. These old tunics and slops would serve your needs, so long as you don't mind the smell of the stains. These will serve very well. You have my thanks. Oh, whoops. Listen, Blue, as to lay the foundation for our little ploy, I have to make it wildly known that more vagrants have arrived at the camp and are desperate for coin. Whoops. To this end, I want you to don the old garments Isambard has left us, and beg for work around the camp. Before long, the false priest should catch wind and approach us. Okay. So what we have to do is we have to take body, replace with that. Chest piece, legs, replace with that. All we need is those two. We could literally just keep everything else exactly the same. But, you know, for immersion, I will be unequipping those things. There we go. Barely even have shoes or a name. And you are? Another refugee by the looks of you. The immortal flames have neither work nor coin for your like. Begone and see that you don't make a nuisance of yourself. Maybe I should also hide the weapons just to sell a look. Swainhill. I preach the teaching of Azema the Warden. Hast thou come to partake of the honey of her wisdom? Azema is keeper of the sun and goddess of inquiry. All is laid bare beneath the light of her divine countenance. Open thy heart to this light, needy child, and thou shalt want for naught till the end of days. Greetings, good ma'am. Is there aught I might assist with you? Oh, I don't believe there is. I'm afraid our wares are very expensive. Perhaps you would rejoin your fellows at the pond north of Sandgate. You know, I don't think we can actually sell from her at all, so I'm not sure what she's trying to accomplish. And I was about to get to the good part. Looking for work, you say? Sorry, but we don't have any openings. Now, get out of here so I can finish my story. I'm starting to think that people don't want us around. So, this is the one that took me the longest to find, because for some reason I never saw this staircase here the first time I played through this. What is it? God, it's not again. Look, being poor doesn't give you the right to pester whoever you like. Why don't you keep with your own kind out by that muddy pond of yours at Drybone? You're quite the knack for being a nuisance, Blue. Camp is abuzz with talk of newly arrived vagrants. And though we are unable to attract our wayward transgressor, we were able to learn that the poor have a commune by the pond north of Sandgate, to the east of here. The eyes of the authorities do not reach that place, rather ideal for spiriting away hapless souls. Let's go there and wait for the kindly priest to come and offer us aid and comfort. Needless to say that you'll need to remain in disguise. Took a bit for some reason. Maybe it's because I'm half asleep, but here's Thancred. A fine day for catching false priests, wouldn't you say? You look absolutely smashing, Blue. Positively dressed for deception. All that's left, then, is for us to wait for a quarry to appear. Oh, you poor unfortunate souls. There's no way, this is no way for men to live. No way at all. Who are you? What do you want? Be at ease, child, for I mean you no harm. I am the priest of the Order of Null Thal, and I have come to offer you succor. This leaflet bears the teachings of Nald. Trust them, and they will surely set you free from the shackles of perjury. A tempting offer, but I'm afraid I must decline. On account for that atrocious performance, you would have made a god's awful mummer, Ungust. What? How'd you know? You bastards tricked me. Please don't hurt me. I was only doing it to protect my people. Is that so? Do continue. Very well. I'm a man of the Golden Bazaar. Raised there, if not born. Some moons ago, the Amalja raids began. They would appear sudden as a sandstorm and plunder the village at will. Our defenders wouldn't stand against them. Few as they were, everyone lived in fear. I only wanted to save my people, but being a merchant is all I knew. And so I did the only thing a merchant could. I approached the Amalja in hopes of brokering a deal. In return for sparing the Golden Bazaar, they made demands. Outrageous ones. Demands? Of what kind, pray tell? First of all, they wanted the schedule for the crystal shipments from the Nanawa mines. For this, I bribed one of the workers to leak me the information. Next, they wanted me to bring them some people, so I posed as a priest to lure in the vulnerable and give them over to the Amalja. I didn't have a choice. Protecting one's home is a noble thing, but at the cost of innocence? You could have sought the aid of the immortal flames, yet you did not. I suspect you're not telling us the whole story. What made you sell out your own people? Speak. None of them was good. What did you say? The coin was good, I say. I could sell mole meat for a score of lifetimes and not even see a fraction of what the Amalja pay me. You sacrifice innocence so you could line your own pockets? Fail words to express the contempt I feel for you. Spare me your contempt. If you want to blame someone for the mess the world is in, blame yourselves or the gods. Not you again. Were you the one leaking the Immortal Flames patrol routes to the enemy as well? Spit it out. No, I know nothing about that, I swear it. At this stage, I'm rather disinclined to believe you. Aught that leaves your mouth, but no matter. There'll be time enough to learn the truth. Crying noises. Blue, be a dear and take words of this development to Minfilia, would you? I shall prize everything I can out of this filth. The abductees are still somewhat out there. Our foremost priority is to rescue them. So, the best way for us to get back to Vesper Bay is to use one of these Aetheryte tickets. I had to use one of them earlier to finish the hunting log for Thaumaturge, but that's okay. They really give these to you very liberally. Like, if you used one every single time you were asked to return to the Waking Sands, I think that you would actually still have about, like, 4 or 5 left. Like, from the amount they give you. Hey, Chatavira, I don't have any time. Although she probably just thought that I was, like, some weird, like, beggar that was, like, running in here unaware. Welcome back, Blue. I am pleased that you and Thancred have been getting along. I see. You have done well to uncover the truth. My thanks for the report. As Thancred said, we must ascertain where the abducted were taken. and none but the Amalja know the answer. Suffice it to say, they will not willingly part with this information. I fear blood will be spilt before all this is said and done. Minfilia would like you to meet a distinguished individual. Though we seek a peaceful solution to the primal problem, we must needs be ready for to fight for our cause, that you might take to the field suitably prepared. I would have you meet with a goblin acquaintance of mine. His name is Mudamix. He is a scholar of no small repute. Mudamix is renowned for having introduced a revolutionary method of enhancing equipment in Eorzea. The knowledge of this method was once a closely guarded secret, but thanks to Mudamix for his patient and his students, it has now been disseminated to the great benefit of all the realm. It would serve you well to acquire an understanding of the process. For this purpose, I shall lend you a blade. Take it to Mudamix, and bid him use it to demonstrate his craft to you. Mudamix is ever to be found in his camp in central Thandalin, a place known as the Bonfire. Look for a pillar of smoke, and the way will become clear. Okay. Well, we need to get over there anyway, so we could learn more stuff about materia anyway. Who is Uplander? Come to tent ring of Mudamix bubbly pots. Minfilia's dagger. A plain dagger has absolutely no defining characteristics except for the hilt. Does smell quite nice. Fighty fool drink in airy self. When full of airy self, Fighty fool changes to stony shine. Name of materia. If materia join with other Fighty tool, then big eyes. Fighty tool gain power of airy self. Mudamix is reckoning that Uplander is friend of Minfilia. Essentially. It's more like a co-worker, though. Yes, tongue flaps reach ears of Mudamix with fastness. Minfilia wants Uplander to see power of materia. Uplander brings Fighty tool to Mudamix, yes? Fighty tool is unstrung, and as eating tool, make good teaches show of power of materia. The materia master. Now eyes of Uplander point to Fighty tool, yes? Materia join with Fighty tool. Fighty tool gain power of materia. Fighty tool reborn. Here, Uplander, take Fighty tool to Minfilia. Materia, strictly speaking, is a kind of crystal. It is created by drawing out the etheric constituents from a piece of equipment and then crystallizing them. But not just any old equipment will serve, mind you. It must have sufficient spirit bond, that being a measure of how fully an item has been imbued with its owner's spirit. When you attach a piece of materia to gear, you imbue it with the as the host item with its power. And that's how Master Mudamix turned that dagger of yours from somewhat of a struggled to cut stake into a weapon worth wielding. Uplander wishes to join, to be joiner of materia? Then Uplander best fill braincase with knowings of crafty making. With knowings of crafty making, Uplander can become joiner of materia. If Uplander wants Braincase to rattle with knowings of materia, Uplander best trade tongue flaps with learning ones of Mudamix. You are given to understand that Mudamix is the keeper of secret materia techniques. Uplander is joiner of materia. Uplander desires to join Muchly, yes? Then Mudamix makes Braincase of Uplander rattle with secret knowings of materia. But first, Uplander must be proving readiness. Uplander showy do attaching 8 pieces of materia. Then let Uplander and Mudamix trade tongue flaps again. Oh, meld a piece of materia. Okay. I guess the idea is that let's just say you had like a level, you actually did have a level 20 character. You would now have several pieces of gear that each would need some materia in it. So it makes sense of like, hey, put some materia into everything that you're currently wearing. There we go, that took a bit. Uplander has good joining skill. Mudamix give Uplander secret knowings of word bond. Mostly part 1 fighty tool bears only a little materia. But if Uplander uses secret joining skill, 1 fighty tool bears many materia maybe. Mudamix teach Uplander secret joining skill, but Uplander keep in Braincase that it sometimes work unrightly. With fighty tool of Uplander bear many materia, or will materia turn to bitey bits? Using secret joining skill not for unstrung bladder. And now we have advanced materia melding. It is now a purple icon instead of an orange one. And let's just say we have a pair of Iron Scale male. And we just go, oh, we're gonna want this as well. We now have a percentage chance to fail it. Right now it's at 90 since it's actually pretty easy. Welcome back, Blue. I trust your visit to the bonfire proved fruitful. 1 ordinary dagger, now made special with the wonders of materia. What a remarkable difference a single piece of materia can make. Granted, the skills needed to manipulate the substance is not easily acquired, but one need only look at the results to realize such efforts are worthwhile. As I am sure you are aware, the quality of one's equipment can be the difference between victory and defeat. Materia may well give you the edge if you need it, Blue, so take it with your ally. So make it your ally. Now, it's time that we discuss the matter of your next mission. Pray speak with me when you're ready to begin. Oh. That's not a good thing. Minfilia would like you to assist the immortal flames. So I did the math. This episode's probably going to go a little bit longer, and definitely not coming out the day I want it to, but I kind of want to include the entire storyline in one go, and it includes this part. Minfilia would like you to assist the immortal flames. Word has arrived from Thancred concerning your ongoing investigation. It appears he was able to extract some information from our friend Angus of the False Priest. He revealed that he is due to meet the Amalja to discuss their dealings. The Immortal Flames believe that the meeting will present an ideal opportunity to ambush and capture the Amalja responsible for the abductions. And so they mean to have Angus attend as planned, as the Amalja have anticipated to offer more fierce resistance, the Immortal Flames have requested our support. I would have you provide it to them, Blue. Thancred is presently attending to another matter, but will join you as soon as he is able. Until such a time that he does, you will be the Scion's sole representative on the ground. Before he left, he bade me to tell you to save some for him, such as his confidence in you, a confidence I share. When you have made ready, pray take yourself to Camp Drybone and report to the Flame Sergeant leading the mission. May you walk in the light of the crystal. Okay. So I kind of wanted to... Also should probably check down here to see if anything's changed. Again, I am constantly checking to see if any character placement is altered. And the reason for that is that all the characters down here will start shifting around and start, like, telling new pieces. But I think because we're in the same story beat, they haven't yet. Oh, we also got a weapon coffer. A level 18 weapon coffer. What's on our monk right now? 14? Yeah, we'll just do it on that. There we go. Yeah, that's basically how it works. Whichever class you have the coffer on, you're going to want to expend it. So what you do is that you switch over to the class that you feel needs it, and then uses it. It's really important for several things down the line that are like, oh, I already got this weapon from this boss, so I might as well switch over to another class to get the weapon on that one as well. You know, it's kind of like that. Okay. Yes. Now I can go and do that. Oh, we so rarely actually go into here, I completely forgot that this is a building. Ah, you're Blue Cashmere of the Scions. My thanks for coming, friend. We're stronger for your assistance. Allow me to brief you on your mission. Our objective is to capture Amalja and prize from them the whereabouts of the abductees. The Lizardmen aren't aware that their man Ungus has been exposed. When they come to the rendezvous point to meet the traitor, we'll spring the trap. Owing to the clandestine nature of our mission, we can deploy only a small contingent. Every member must count, so we requested the aid of the Scions. The rendezvous will take place at the Invisible City. Please make your way there and lie in wait. We stand to learn much and more of the Amalja plot of the mission. Oh, and the more of the Amalja plot if the mission succeeds, Blue. Let's make sure it does. Got it. So I actually, I should probably come clean about something. I've wanted to do things in the order that they were released with the patches, but I kind of realized that using the glamour prisms and dyes technically does violate that because they were introduced into a later, or at least the version that we have now for that system wasn't implemented until later, and I completely forgot about that until a little bit ago. It's not the fact that I had to be reminded of it, it's the fact that it just completely slipped my mind that they weren't in the game from the beginning, you know? So there's that. But also, we are going to get into the nature of these runes, because we see them, like, all over the place in Ul'dah, and we got a tiny glimpse of it while we were doing the main story, but there's a lot of ancient forgotten civilizations in Eorzea that kind of get glossed over, but it's kind of important to know about them when we start getting into actual, like, story stuff. Hopefully they won't notice that guy right there. And we'll just wait here. Is the bait in place? My man is in position, sir. Good. We make our move as soon as the Amalja appear. Yes, sir. What noise? What's the meaning of this? Wait, something's amiss. Oh, there they are. Archers. Laughing noise. Huh. I wonder who was the traitor among the group. Afraid a little ambush ends here. I eluded the immortal flame clutches for moons before finally being caught. Did you not wonder how I managed it? It was almost as if someone was feeding him information from the inside. Aye, your every movement was known to me ahead of time. Now, as much as I'd love to chat a while, I have appointments to keep. They're all yours. Well, it's a good thing I picked tank for this, didn't I? Oh my gosh, this is so loud right now, jeez. I'm gonna try to check out the archers first. Holy crap, this is so loud. I'm turning it down even more. Okay, all that's left is the, high cant. I guess that means that it's their thaumaturge. Oh gosh. So, Ranger and Halberdier. And this is why you need to remember that you also have AoEs, because stuff like this happens all the time. Okay, he is vulnerable to stun, but not by much. Oh my gosh, I finally actually got an interrupt off. Yeah, but as you can see, he is also using thaumaturge abilities. So he is, like, actively going between fire and ice. Just fix the audio. There we go. Put up your weapons or your comrade's a dead man. behind you. God dang it, he cast sleep on me. Of course. I like it when games remember that people have more than just combat abilities. Bring her. The rest of you march. Traitorous scum? Oh. Well, it looks like that we're somewhere. In southern thing. Oh, we're in Zanrak. Huh. The lizardmen marched us to their stronghold. They're preparing something, and I, for one, do not want to be around when they finish. They're gonna kill us, aren't they? Gods, I don't want to die. I want to go home. I fear the Amalja mean to give us their give us to their god as an offering. If I must die, then let me die a soldier's death with steel in hand. The Bull of Embers is now accessible. Listen well, these waters feed to the marshes of Drybone. A short swim will see us to freedom. However, if all of us attempt to flee, we are like to be discovered. You alone must sneak out and assemble a rescue party. Oh, I see what they're saying here. Basically, canonically, you could basically leave this area and then come back with, like, some friends. Let's just say if you didn't have the duty finder available, you could go grab, like, 3 friends and then come back. The lizards claim they'll soon bring us to before Ifrit for tempering. We're not seriously considering locking horns with the devil now, are you? Rejoice, heathens, for your worthless lives shall soon have meaning. So, because this is only 4 people that can go in there, you can use NPCs on this, and I'm not quite... Oh, scions. Okay. So, like, we're actually, like, pulling in people that, like, that are a little bit higher up than just, like, normal adventurers. I kind of wish that they were, like, actual, like, the scions that are sitting in the room, you know, but oh well. Owing to a betrayal, you have been captured by the Amalja and taken to the stronghold of Zanrak. There, you are to be given as an offering to the Primal Ifrit. If you are to survive this fire encounter with the Lord of the Inferno, you and your comrades must fight with no less than every ounce of your strength. Should you fall, your souls shall burn for eternity. Lord of the Inferno, hearken to our plea. Lord of the Inferno, deliver us from our misery. O mighty Ifrit, Lord of the Inferno, your humble servants beseech you. Grace us with your divine presence. O mighty Ifrit, we bring before you ignorant savages who know not your godhead. If it please you, Lord, scorch these heathen souls with your cleansing flame, and mark them forever yours. Bloody hells. Bring those two as well. What? What's going on? This isn't what we agreed. None but the servants of Lord Ifrit may behold the right of summoning. The souls of unbelievers are forfeit. No, spare me, I beg you. Pitiful children of man, by my breath I claim you. Arise once more as my loyal minions. Feed my flames with your faith, that all who stand against us shall burn. O mighty Ifrit, my one true God. Dang it, I accidentally opened something. Your words are my bread. Impossible? By what sorcery do you resist my master's will? I don't know. Could it be that your soul already belongs to another? Yes, that is the only explanation. Well, this is awkward. Forsooth, thy frail mortal frame can serve as a vessel to the blessing but one. Yet I smell not the taint of another upon thee. The truth of thine allegiance waxeth clear. Thou art the godless blessed number. The paragons warned of thine abhorrent kind. Thine existence is not to be suffered. Well, this is rather interesting. So, this is one of our first, trials that we've got going on. As is usual, you point the boss in a direction that is not the rest of the party, and you just have the rest of the party just kind of exist. So I'm probably gonna do actually a big video about Ifrit as a character, as kind of a follow-up to this. Oh, not yet. So we're just gonna start blowing things up. Yep. Ifrit doesn't have a lot going on. It's a very basic fight. You know, I'm always so surprised that Ifrit is considered, like, one of the biggest mainstays of Final Fantasy, but rarely does he ever get the spotlight in something. The only time that he's had a big spotlight was in... Oh, now it's there. This infernal nail. Should probably kill it before anything happens. There we go. Thy soul shall burn for eternity. But yeah, it's interesting that even though Ifrit was one of the original summons in Final Fantasy III, rarely does he ever get the spotlight in something. It's only until like Final Fantasy XVI that he even remotely got something of his own. I gotta go in because it will mirror afterwards. There we go. A little bit more, and then we've got him. And there we go. Huh. Guess it was that easy, huh? Oh. Pray forgive my lateness. I was delayed by a congregation of Amalja zealots. I swear, each seemed more evangelical than the last. Persistent lot. Whew. I see the Bloodsworn wasted no time extracting the captives. No less than I'd expect from the Flame General's hand-picked men. As for those two, it is fair to say that their hardships have only just begun. They have much to answer for. I fear I owe you an apology, Blue. Had I known the mission would prove so dangerous, I would have never left you to face it alone. You have given a veritable baptism of fire. But let us continue this conversation in more agreeable surrounds. Camp Drybone, shall we say? This way, sir. And there we go. We have defeated our first Primal. Isn't that cool? So that was the mighty Ifrit. And what a disappointment he was. The readings are nowhere near what I anticipated. Even taking Old Dawn interference into account. Should know better than rely on 5-year-old data left by the 7th Legion. Nor can we expect any form of support from the motherland. Given the troubles at court, we only have ourselves to rely on. Ever the pessimist, my dear Livia. Promise me you'll never change. We're wasting enough time here. That meter of yours is too old to give any reading worth a damn. Not there was aught worth a damn for it to read. But I take your point. I suppose that we must content ourselves with the knowledge that we've reached our primary objective. Yet, I find that I am troubled by that adventurer's unexpected show of strength. Could such a foe prove to, a hindrance to our plans? Don't know why I pronounced it that way, but sure. Perhaps, but that is a consideration for another time. You have been given a task, and that is your priority. I suggest you treat it as such. Failed to do so as my lord commands, and I will spare him the trouble of punishing you. With allies like that, beware a woman in love. I shall need be on my best behavior. Okay, we're back. Man, there's a lot of, people on the ground over here. Well, there you are, Blue. Come rest a while. You will have no better opportunity. After witnessing their gods' ignominious defeat, the Amalja are less inclined to risk our wrath. For a time, at least. Now, where were we? Ah, yes. I was in the process of apologizing. I do hope you can forgive me. I arrived too late to be of any use. To you or the abductees. They may be whole of body, but the said cannot be said for their minds. For once a man is tempered, it ill suits me to dwell on the negatives. Amidst our misfortunes, there is still reason to rejoice. Ifrit is slain, and by your hand no less. What is the deed of no ordinary individual, Blue? Not that I ever thought you were ordinary. On the contrary, I've long suspected that you have the potential to shape the fate of this realm. What can I say? My fine eye for talent remains undiminished. Minfilia will be proud beyond all reckoning when she hears of your deeds. I trust you shan't object to my bearing the tidings to her, that I can claim to have contributed something to this mission. You, meanwhile, have earned yourself a rest. Go take some time to relax and return to the Waking Sands when you feel good and ready. We can discuss matters in more detail then. Just don't take too long, will you? The realm's problems won't solve themselves. I like how there's only a guard here when I need to actually do the, quest. Ah, the triumphant hero returns. Thancred told us of the news upon his arrival. He is presently in the Solar giving a full report to Lady Minfilia. You should join him at once. Lady Minfilia is most eager to see you. My late arrival nearly cost Blue her life. I wasn't there when the Amalja took her prisoner. And I wasn't there when they served her to Ifrit. Yes, by some miracle she survived, but that does not excuse the fact that she should never have had to face such dangers alone. I failed her utterly. Just as I'm failing you all. What's done is done, Thancred. You can ill blame yourself for every... Ah, Blue, it's good to see you again. Impeccable timing, my friend. I just finished regaling Minfilia with your heroic exploits. Thancred has told me everything. You have done well to return to us. The perils you faced were undeniably great. Yet, a part of me believes that I had no cause to fear. And now we could put paid to our long investigation. As we suspected, the Amalja undertook both the robbery and the abductions with the claim of summoning their Primal Ifrit. Nor is this tale limited to Ul'dah. Similar incidents have been rife in both Limsa Lominsa and Gridania of late. I dare say it has been curious as to how these crimes are linked to the primals. Permit me to explain. Having manifested it in both the physical realm... having manifested in the physical realm, primals must consume ether if they are to maintain their presence here. And the stronger they become, the more ether they require. Now, ether exists throughout creation. It flows through all life and permeates the very air we breathe. Alas, this alone will not suffice to sustain the likes of Ifrit. Nay, he and his kind require a more concentrated source of ether. Crystals. It is for this reason that incidents involving crystals can often be traced back to a primal. Which leaves us with the why of the abductions. To understand this, you must first understand how primals are born. When all is well with the world, primals possess no physical form. Their essence is dispersed across the great river ether. However, when the world is plunged into chaos, those who worship the primals cry out to their gods for deliverance from suffering. These cries serve as a beacon towards which a primal's essence is irresistibly drawn. To this coming together, or etheric coalescence, which grants the being's physical form. Once born, a primal gains strength from its followers' worship. The more numerous and fervent they are, the more powerful their god becomes. But the primals are seldom satisfied with such reverence. As their adherents freely give, in order to gain more power, they do not scruple to create followers. They do this by tempering mortals, a process which you yourself were subjected to. Yet, even as Ifrit took your comrades in its thrall, you alone remained unaffected. This is thanks to the power you possess, the Echo. We know not the why of it, but those blessed with the Echo are immune to primal influence. It is as though a great power protects us. When first you came to us, I told you that the Echo would be instrumental in dealing with the primal threat. I trust you now begin to see why. The recent incidents all share a common trait: meticulous planning. Such elaborate designs are a new development, and one which fills me with an unshakable sense of foreboding. While I share your concern, my presiding feelings is one of relief at your safe return. The immortal flames assured me that they will deal with the aftermath, so you need not concern yourself with that. We may rest easy for a time. I suggest that you take advantage of the respite, Blue. You may be sure that it won't last long. Once the people learn the identity of the hero who felled Ifrit, I fear you will have nary a moment to yourself. Whether she intended to or no, Minfilia neglected to tell you something. I think it would be best if you heard from one of us. It concerns the tempered abductees that you rescued. I'm sorry to report that all will be put to death, the flames with whom you were imprisoned included. Needless to say, this information must not be made known to the public. I swear to you that we would not do this if there were no other recourse. But once a man is tempered, he is tempered for life. His very existence leads strength to the primal, whom he cannot choose but worship. And so we Scions continue our fight, that no more innocents need to be sacrificed. I hope that you will continue to stand with us, Blue. But I should be going. I must offer my apologies to the Flame General for the losses his people suffered. Until next time. Gods forgive me, how many more lives? Louisoix would never have allowed this to happen. I have to do better. I have to be stronger. And there we go. We're gonna get up to some stuff. That's for later, though. Before we end off, we have to check around to see if there's any difference in our fellow Scions just sitting around. His shoulder's in the same spot. Also, I'm invisible for some reason. I just haven't loaded in. That's awkward. Her dialogue is the same. Brent is still standing there. Oh. How fortuitous. Anyway, I guess that's a good place to end off. I'll see y'all later. Have pheasant dreams, everyone. Goodbye.